You're listening to Suburban Happy Hour with Anne Marie
and Julia,
the podcast where we make delicious cocktails
or mocktails,
and talk about everything under the sun.
because the best conversations happen at happy hour. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Suburban Happy Hour, and it's actually the last episode of our season.
Woo! 18 episodes strong.
Yes, so we have recorded 18 episodes. Very proud of us.
Yes.
And this was kind of spontaneous that we kind of decided that this would be our last episode, just because we'll get into what our plans are next for the show. But yeah,
just our last episode of season 1.
Right.
Not of Suburban
of ever.
Happy Hour.
Right. And to celebrate, nothing better than a nice spritzy mocktail. So this is a blackberry spritz. Did you try it
these cute
yet?
little glasses I got from World Market. They're plastic. I love them.
Yeah, you're really into World Market, and then that's where we got the hot
so
sauces
amazing.
from. It's so cute.
They have so much stuff. No, I didn't try it though.
Nice and refreshing, just how a spritz should be. And it's getting nicer and warmer outside. We did a little walk right before this.
Oh my gosh.
At 8:30 in the morning, and I was dripping sweat.
It was so hot out for no goddamn reason. Well, I think it's just like so humid because it's supposed to rain today.
It's humid.
So yeah, we were dripping sweat.
Mm-hmm.
But
Not fun.
we're good now.
we have recalibrated and we're good. Do you have any check-ins?
I don't think so.
Okay, I have a question for you. It's not a check-in, it's more so a question. So yesterday I was at dinner with two of my friends, and we were just talking about like places that we would live if we weren't living here. And I'm very much like, when I was younger, I really wanted to move somewhere. I had this whole, when you're young, like 16, 17, you think you're going to have like kids by the time you're at this age and married with a white picket fence, yada, yada, yada. Obviously, that's not how life plays out. But I remember thinking when I was younger, I said, I'm definitely moving out of this state. Like, fuck this state. I never want to live here like as a grown up.
Yeah.
But the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing like it's so nice to have my mom down the street, to know everything and every like where to go, what to do, and all that stuff. And I think that I was telling them, because they're like, you don't ever want to move. I said no, because I feel like I travel so much that you
get your fix from that.
And I get my fix from that. And then I've never encountered a place yet. I think I need to travel more around the United States where I'm like, this could be like my home, except for Poland. I could move to Poland easily, but that's because I know the language and that's like my second home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had that aha moment where I'm like, I could see myself here yet.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say I really loved San Diego.
Okay.
When we went, it was so beautiful. Like, I don't think I could move there obviously like right now, but maybe like when I'm older down the road, because like the weather is gorgeous. Like everything about it was just amazing when we went. And then obviously I'd love to live in Barcelona, but like,
that's what you were saying. I really need to go to Barcelona to experience that, because you are obsessed.
It was just like a different experience.
Yeah.
I loved Barcelona so much. I hope I can go back.
Would you would you like prefer to live in the city, or kind of, well, did you guys really get to explore like the suburbs of Barcelona, or not really?
Not really, no. We were just like I forgot what little part of it we were in, but that's kind of where I would want to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it was so cute. Everybody was so nice.
That's what you were saying. Everybody was really kind. And
yeah.
Was there like a pretty diverse array of people there?
Yeah.
I feel like most major cities, especially.
But I think too, that's like from people traveling as well. Like, I don't know what the demographic is that actually like lives there, but obviously when I was there was.
Yeah, no, but Alexis, my friend, was saying like she'd love to move to Tennessee. And I actually, like, now that I think, not Nashville, hell no, but I went to Gatlinburg.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I really liked that area. And it's or like Pigeon Forge. I think that they're all like relatively close to each other. And that area was nice. And she was just saying like she really liked the weather, and like the taxes are so good and low, and income
I guess you have to like think about that
too. All that stuff. I was like, here where we live isn't the best, but
isn't it literally the worst?
Yeah, I think it's definitely in like the top 3 or 5 for sure. But yeah, I was just wondering, okay, so San Diego or Barcelona. Yeah, for me, it's either here so far or Poland. But like I said, we need to explore a little bit more.
But I do just like traveling and then coming back to like
home,
what I know.
Yeah, it's so nice. Okay, well, for the actual episode structure, we first kind of wanted to go over our little podcast fails.
This is just going to be kind of like a recap of season 1, really just like closing it out on a nice clean note and letting you guys get a little taste of the behind the scenes of what happens when you are starting a podcast.
Right. I think we've talked about what sparked it was just kind of like an idea.
Yeah, it was just like spur of the moment kind of. We had people like say like, oh, like you guys should start a podcast. We've kind of like joked about it. And then one day we like woke up and we were like,
let's do it.
All right, like let's get this stuff.
New
let's
year,
do it.
new project.
Yeah.
Our first episode came out February or January still. I don't even remember. Either way, beginning of the year. It was like a New Year's thing and we were like, okay, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
But as I'm sure we've mentioned before, it wasn't the easiest thing to get a hold of. So a little bit of our fails was our very first episode. We were, first of all, trying to figure out how to upload it to all these things. We had to create all these new accounts for everything. And I remember I was at Anne-Marie's house and it was Sunday night.
We were having a panic attack.
Literally. Like, first of all, we were not very sure if we were like uploading everything correctly. And then we started to listen back to it. And this was your doing. You can go ahead and explain what had happened.
Well, I was the one at first that was like editing the episode, so I would listen to it like so many times to make sure like whatever the cuts were right and whatnot. I was getting like the worst icks from me and Julia about how many times we were like and then like oh my, I could not take it.
It was every other
Julia
word.
And I was like, no, like this is not going out into the public. Like they're going to think we're illiterate.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fucking
vocabulary
speak.
of 10 words.
Yeah. I was just like, no, like we have to record this. And then I let Julia listen to some of it when she got here and she was like, oh my God, yeah, like no, like that's so bad.
It's actually, oh my God, you know what the thumbnail should be? When I was like, wait, you were just looking off into space, or were you like this? You know that screenshot that
oh my gosh, yes.
So we did proceed with,
I have the funniest picture.
that should be one of the posts or somehow incorporated into it if we can find it. But so it's at this point, I think 9 p.m. And I've been at Anne-Marie's house for a good 2 hours trying to figure out how to upload everything, etc. And we just decided, we said, oh, fuck this. We're re-recording this because this is trash.
At like 11 p.m.
It's late. And we tried so hard to do it, but nothing we were saying was coming out. It was not authentic. It was so forced. And I remember at one point, we were just dead silent.
It was like lights on, no one's home because
it was so bad.
We were speaking literally nonsense.
Right. And it was so forced. Like, you know how you can tell, you know how some creators like create these, back when vlogs were a thing and when people were forcing it, I was like, this is literally giving me the ick even more so than our authentic episode. So at that point we were like, fuck this, we're just gonna upload it. And it was received rather well, I would say.
Well, yeah. And I think like you're your own worst critic.
Right.
Like it was our first ever podcast episode. Like we've never done anything like this before.
Right. Give yourself some grace. With anything new, if word of advice, it doesn't fucking matter. Just put it out there. It's better than not doing anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If people don't like it, oh well.
Right. Exactly. So that was fun. But it was just like, we really thought at 11 p.m. with 2 brain cells combined between the two of us, we could re-record a whole episode.
We were like ants with knapsacks. That meme.
Oh
I hope people have seen that meme. That little like ant guy with the knapsack over and he's like walking all sad.
We were sad. That was a very sad time.
That was our first
fail
of failure with this podcast. And it wasn't even out yet.
Literally. Our second one was, we tried to have guests, which is something we'll get into. So at the time, I don't know if you guys remember the OGs, we had those little microphones. And so I don't know how we even like structured it. No, when Haley first was our first guest, she was supposed to be our first guest. We had these mics already, and then we were gonna give her that little microphone. We didn't realize how shitty those little microphones are with terms of feedback from other surrounding sounds. So everything I was saying was in her mic.
And Julia would like turn away from this mic to talk to Haley because they were like sitting weird, and you wouldn't be able to hear Julia's voice. And
yeah, Haley.
And that was such a good episode. It was actually the first dating episode. We actually redid the dating episode just to make it us two, because the first one, the sound was atrocious.
Yeah, it was like like it was crazy because she would be moving her little mic and it was just a fucking mess. So that was the first one. And then fast forward to having Kibby on our show, we got like a nicer mic, and I thought,
we rented it from the public library,
right? And it was like, it's one of the, like, whenever you look up good podcast mics, like affordable podcast mics, it's always on the top 5 thing. So we got that same fucking thing. It was picking up all this sound.
That one was like almost like too good, like right, that's maybe for a mic for one person. Because it was literally picking up everything.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible.
It was also terrible.
We couldn't figure out how to like edit it right. So we had to redo that episode too.
That was, the like random questions one that we just put out.
No, we made it into the hot ones.
Oh, that's
we
right.
Did, like, the hot questions.
So we
had to redo that one too.
The hot ones? No.
No,
you're questions. Saying that question one. Yes. So we had to... I mean, I feel like we made it all work, but it's just like...
Yeah, like, I feel like on your end, like, you wouldn't know, but, like,
on our
in
end,
the whole
like
gist of everything, we fully re-recorded 3 episodes, almost 4, because we almost re-recorded the very first episode.
Right. And it's just, like, in the moment, it sucks, and you're like, holy shit, I don't want to do this again, but...
Yeah.
The outcome is worth it, I would say.
Because some of them, then it like does seem a little forced, because we had the same conversation in some. So like I was trying to like act like I never heard some of her stories,
right.
Which I think it went kind of well, because like nobody really like when I was looking back at it and stuff, like you couldn't really tell.
Right. And then speaking of sound, that was a big battle, because once we converted it to these mics, we had to get a whole nother piece of equipment. Figuring it out was a day's work in itself for me, because I was trying to figure out like how to use it properly. But once we had that, I remember we recorded a whole episode, and it was such a good episode. Like, we killed it. I forgot which one it was. And the sound wasn't working through the audio device, like audio network we used to edit. And oh my God, I had a legit meltdown. Amory's like, relax. It's like, try this and this and this. We figured it out. But that was also, because it's just... No, it's good.
I stepped away for a minute because I was like, okay, Julia just needs a second to like be by herself to figure this out. So I like went to go do stuff around my house. I think I like showered and stuff. And I come back down here and Julia's still like on. She's like, I've been looking this up. I can't figure it out. I was like, oh, why don't you just try this button? She did it and it worked. And she was like, what the heck?
Literally the stupidest thing, because it was... whatever, you guys don't care, but basically it was like how loud the actual mic volume is, and it was like, I don't know. Well, either way, it was figured out. So that was another one. So it's just definitely been like a learning curve, but I feel like what I've learned from doing this podcast is just patience.
Yeah.
And like learning a new craft is hard.
Yeah, and it's cool that we kind of like learned a whole new skill, because like I like with editing, with like all the social media stuff, when we had these new mics, like using the new audio stuff, like I never even like looked at any of this stuff before.
Exactly.
And it's just like cool that
we know how to do it now.
We can do it now.
So like if you need like an editor or something, we got you.
No. But we can maybe help a little bit.
Right. But no, tell them about the little clink thing. That was cool too. Like Amory created our whole little signature.
Oh yeah, this is like a little behind the scenes. Maybe I'll post on our story about like how I did it, a picture. That little like clink you hear after we say our little intro, I made that because we were trying. It was so funny. Like we tried to just find one online, but you either had to like pay for it, or like it was like, well, you might be be going over copyright or whatnot. And so we were like, well, like, oh man, I think I can maybe make this.
Yeah.
I like had a bunch of glasses. I was like in my kitchen. I had my phone like propped up like on some crazy shit, and I had like a bunch of poppies. I literally wasted like so much of my drinks.
You did?
Yeah, because I needed to get the perfect like pour, but with the fizz.
Yeah.
And if it's like open
I didn't
for
know
a
you
while,
used poppy.
that's like the only thing I had in here. So yeah, I like felt like a scientist because I was like by my phone, like clinking two glasses, like to get the perfect sound.
It sounds so professional. Like,
and then
it's so good.
The pour, oh my gosh, that took me the longest, honestly.
Really?
Was
The
the
pour?
because some of it, like, it wouldn't get that, like, fizz at the
Yeah,
end or
it's
something. I was like,
perfect.
oh, I need to
Because
get
there was
this.
one that cost like I think $50 or $75, and we're like,
Yeah, I'm
it's
like, what the
yeah,
heck?
that's not that much, but like, come on,
Yeah.
like you can make that, and it sounds like even better than I think. than
Yeah,
that
so
one,
I
to be
just made it
honest.
on my freaking voice memos on there. So I have like a bunch of them though, and then I just like found the two best sounding things, and I
Was it just the clink and then the pour, and that's it?
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Either
So
way,
it
so
wasn't
good.
it wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
But that's like another thing. If you're looking to like start a podcast or start something, you don't need to like spend all this
exorbitant-
money.
yeah.
Like try your best to do it yourself.
Exactly.
That was so funny.
But no, you should definitely share that because that was pretty impressive, and people always say that they like that.
I think I might have a picture of it still, but I might have deleted it. So I'll have to look and see.
And then also behind the scenes stuff is right now our setup. Our setup
it's
is
a little-
very minimal. The computer with the audio is literally on a chair right here behind us to make sure, because we had a scare where we were recording an episode literally turned off halfway through. But we were
Yeah.
aware of it. Oh, because we were projected on the TV at first in the living room, but now that we're here, literally there's a stool with a mirror propped up behind so we can see that it's still, recording on the phone. And we're using an iPhone for this too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
iPhone and our friend's nice ring light.
yeah,
Little
from
holder.
Amazon. So it's like a ring light. Yeah, it's pretty bright too, and that's our stand. I guess you can say, yeah, that is our stand that holds it. And then obviously these mics were from Amazon. They weren't bad. I think they were like $75 each. And I think that's the setup. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. No, we made a little mid-season shift to in here because we thought this just kind of looked a little
Cleaner.
in my living room. There was just so much going on, and
And having that
like-
like up all the time was driving me nuts.
yeah, having like that fringy background up all the time. I was like, I need to
This
get this
is-
down. Like
yeah.
this is not working. So I was like,
Yeah.
Julia, can we please switch spots?
I like
But
it better in here too, though.
Yeah, I like the lighting is nice. I just feel like this is
clean.
all cute, and it looks more like a studio than
Right.
an actual house. So, I
Do you
like
think
it.
we'll change it for the next season at all?
we can?
Well,
Those are
that's to be
some
discussed.
things. Yeah,
to be
we
discussed
can
later.
weigh in on at a different time.
And then moving on now to favorite episodes. What was your favorite episode that
Oh.
we've done, or multiple? It doesn't have to be just one.
Oh my god, hold on.
What?
This is disgusting.
You're like losing.
I lose
clumps
so
of
much
hair.
Ah!
Are you all right?
No, okay. Sidebar. Does this ever happen when, like, I feel like only the girls would know, or like, I guess guys with long hair? Does your hair ever get like stuck?
Like
in
it
your-
threads through.
Why does it do that?
I think that happens in the wash, and then you just notice
yeah,
it later
for sure
on.
it does. 'Cause, like that's what happened. I have this huge clump of hair that I had to like literally pull out of the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Like it's all over. Like how do you get that to stop?
I don't know.
Just shave my head.
I've been losing a lot of hair lately.
Yeah, same.
But I think it's also because it's summer. Because animals shed in the summertime. Why can't humans shed in the summertime?
Well, I mean, I feel like we shed just like year round. I'm like always losing
But
hair.
like excessive shedding,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
We can maybe look that up.
Before we say some stupid shit. Like last episode, or 2 episodes ago at this
That's
point.
okay.
But no, favorite episode.
That's so hard, but I kind of think I have 2. I think our dating one was so good and so like well received by everyone, because I think like everyone's struggling with that. Like,
Yes.
you know, everybody wants to know stories or
Right.
advice
They
and
just don't want
stuff.
to feel alone.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think the other one would have been the drinking one, or like our alcohol stories and stuff.
God.
Just because that too was like the second half was perceived really well, and I got like a lot of people like that reached out and just like said they're going through the same thing or whatnot.
Nice. That's right.
But also like our drunk stories are
God,
just
in our Snapchat group
atrocious.
chat, we always are
my
sending
God, no.
fucking memories. And first of all, the ones of you when you guys were in Oklahoma or whatever, but I will never
the
forget.
New one, that was Michigan.
Well, it was Michigan. I will never forget Country Day Party. We talked about Country Day Party,
Yeah,
right?
we did.
God, we were like, how did we not get arrested? I just, to this day, like looking back at that,
I don't know.
incoherence.
The cops just must not have been out that day, because if hold on,
What?
you have a bug in your
What is Anne-Marie, get it now. Get it now. Get it now. Anne-Marie, what kind of bug is it? What kind of bug is it?
do this to your head.
No, where? Where is it? Where is it?
I'm so sorry. I can't get it.
Do you fucking see?
Sorry.
Where? Anne-Marie, stop. Where? Where is it? Anne-Marie. Where? See, I usually don't mind bugs, but I get scared because you like make it 10 times worse than it actually is. There's probably a little bug minding his business. He said, her hair smell good. So he just wanted to hang out. And where did it go? Oh my God, yesterday was a spider in my house. Pretty big.
Okay.
Like this. And he was darting. He was like going down the wall, and I was calling Dylan to get it. He went under my floorboard.
Oh, hell no.
Not my floor. Yeah, the base. No, the floor. The crown molding thing.
That was scary.
And yeah, he ran away, and he's somewhere in my house behind my walls. So I'm gonna get him. I don't know when, but I'm gonna get your ass. Also, ew, this had a bug on it. Okay, before we were so rudely interrupted, like literally, I would die if there was like a poisonous beetle on me. I would be dead because Anne-Marie could not get it for me. Are you sure it's gone?
I don't. Yeah.
My favorite episodes were, I liked the life advice one.
Oh yeah. See. That's. Really good.
I got it. I'm just kidding. That could be yours too. So that one, because I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that one, and I think a lot of people also did, and we got a lot of positive feedback for that one. And then my second favorite one would probably be, I think our drunk stories one.
Yeah.
Just because, like, we were all shitheads at one point.
I know.
You know? And laughing about that and, like, reminiscing is always a fun time. So those were my two favorite for sure.
Love that.
Yep. Ooh, that was gross. That was an ick. Dude, lately I've been doing things that are, like, giving me the ick that I do myself.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like that. What was that? Like, what? Why would you do that?
Yeah, no, I hate when that happens, because then I like stay embarrassed about it for like the longest time, and I'm like, nobody even saw that. Or like, wait, when I was fucking driving, weren't you in the car when we were going to
I think
Banditos?
Sonia said that was an ick.
And I like, our friends were driving past us, and I like flicked my tongue.
And nobody saw it but Anne-Marie.
I was like, why did I just do that?
Why did I just do that? Yeah.
Like, it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
absurd. Or do you ever, like, sometimes when you say something a certain way, or like the influx of your voice, or the way like you laugh, and it's just like very abrupt, and just like it's like, does it sound as weird as it did in my own head? I hate when I do that, especially with my laughs.
People like will call me out sometimes.
Oh, really?
And they'll like mock it or like something. I'm like, oh, okay, like thanks. I was already embarrassed. Now I'm just like,
I'm like,
never
why
gonna
did
show
I
my face
make
again?
that sound?
Yeah.
It's usually sounds that I make.
Yeah.
It's just, don't ever do that again. But yeah, lately it's been real crazy for me. And then the last thing is
season 2.
Yes, plans for season 2.
I'm actually excited. Me and Julia were on a walk the other morning, and we like were brainstorming some things that we wanted for season 2, and I think it's gonna be so good. So do you want to tell them what we're planning?
Yes, I was trying to find my notes, but whatever. So basically, we want to do season 2 all about guests because we loved when we had our 2 guest fails.
Yeah.
We really liked having them on, and I just feel like we can learn a lot more about our friends and then just kind of get different perspectives besides ours too. On different topics, and we don't really know how we're gonna structure it yet, but for people who watch, beware, you're probably gonna be asked to be on the podcast.
Yeah, and if you want to be on the podcast,
right,
you can ask us because chances are we ain't gonna say no.
Right, exactly. And it doesn't have to be you have to do anything special. It's just literally we just want to have conversations with.
Yeah, I think we were brainstorming, obviously this isn't set in stone, but we were thinking of having 3-ish questions that we would kind of talk back and forth, and then the rest just kind of be open conversation about whatever's trending at that time, or literally anything.
Yeah,
anything
any they want to talk about,
experiences we had together, or literally anything. So we're still going to be fine tweaking that in our break, but
but I think only a 2-week break that we want to do.
Yeah, it honestly won't be a crazy break.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe on their end, it might be a little bit longer, but we're going to start picking up recording and stuff. So we're a little bit ahead, but we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, if you would like to be a season 2 guest, please let us know.
Yes.
But yeah, we're excited. And I mean, the goal is to have every episode have a guest, but
yeah,
it might not work out that way, but we're going to play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had people ask us, and I don't know if they're joking.
Right.
Or not.
Are you serious or not? Because I want to.
Because we're going to reach out to you now. So.
Exactly.
But no, and we'll still have this certain topics, like the topics, I'm sorry.
A brain glitch?
I'm thinking about the bug.
Okay, I love that. Can you not bring it up because I feel like it was on my leg a second ago, but I ignored it. I ignored this feeling.
Okay, well, anyways, we'll be brainstorming season 2. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to hear, or if you want to come on the podcast, let us know.
Yes.
We still want to do the Just Ask segment, but we haven't been given any questions.
Yeah. Don't be shy.
I know. It's just we're not going to tell anybody.
Email.
Yeah. We just want to help you. That's all.
We just want to be helpful. But before we wrap up, any takeaways from this from thus far?
From season 1?
Yes.
We need to get better at making drinks.
Really? I think there's only 3 episodes where we didn't actually make a drink.
Yeah, but also maybe we don't buy as many drinks. We make them.
Oh, yeah. Those are our cheat sheet ones. No, but if we have a guest, we're going to make I need to actually start drinking. So maybe we can start recording later at night. Yeah. And especially if our guests want to have alcohol too.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. What else?
I don't know.
I've learned.
I can't.
I've learned a lot thus far. I know our saints.
Good thing season 1 is almost over.
I know our Science of Dating one has aired already, so I learned a lot during that one.
Oh yeah, that one was good.
Because right now when we're recording, it hasn't, but it will be out. That one was good, and then just take life one step at a time. I cannot get over that advice one. If you haven't listened to that, please do.
I know, that's a good one.
That is actually a good one. That's my favorite one that we've done.
Yeah, that one's really good.
One step at a time. If you want to make a fucking podcast, do it. And we can share promote our content.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's it.
Well,
see you
season 1's done. Bye.
Bye.